Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney for the Nintendo DS. I'm SamuraiT-X, and the last time we left off, Officer Meekins gave his testimony, and then we did prove the theory that it wasn't Detective Bruce Goodman that was in the evidence room that day because, well, his locker was already lit, and there was an insulator blocking the sensor, so someone could easily have opened it. And we presented the rubber glove, and now Officer Mike Meekins is going to give another testimony about the mystery man. So without further ado, let's hear his testimony for a third time. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir! To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had to use his card. Yeah, okay. An ID card record. I see. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. Yeah, Bruce Goodman's ID is used on the fourth one. The ID used at 5:14 is that of the victim. Just before the crime, Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transfer. Why were there few people using this room? This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on no end. Me too, although it doesn't make much of a difference. There were only a few cases up for transfer over there, and most were cleared by noon. Right, I see. Now let us move on to the cross-examination. Alright. Let's do this. Right, there's one statement that actually bothered me. Is this one right here. Because, we found out on the day of the murder, Bruce Goodman was filing for a lost item report. So yeah, apparently he lost his ID card. So why was the thing unfinished? The lost item report. Let's present it. That's one question why the ID card report was unfinished, but we're just going to present it anyway, because Bruce Goodman lost his ID on that day, so that's why. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. Lost item report. It's only half completed. But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this item report. Let me guess, you believe this something to be his ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Wow, this is just getting a bit confusing. But it was found in the other scene of the crime, so yeah. Order! Order! So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Smack, smack, smack. Order, order, order. Does the prosecution have a response? I have only one thing to say to the defense. Huh? Bravo, Mr. Wright. But bravo? Allow me to summarize the defense's arguments. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. Do we have to keep watching this video? First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Oh good, we don't have to watch the video again. That's good. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes. What's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in this evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the incident of the murder. That is, well, I guess that's right. Edgeworth, like telling the story of our, retelling our story, that doesn't sound so good right now, because that means Edgeworth has something up his sleeve, and when Edgeworth has something up his sleeve, the tide always turns against us. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. This isn't good. I'm pointing at my forehead. Well, well, it seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth. The defense has already done the explaining for me. Do we have to watch this video again? The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot, at the prosecutor's office, the murder being Miss Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. Ah! Damn, he really did turn it against us too. We walked right into that one, didn't we? I knew that testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Just so, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, you have to do something or else Lana will be guilty. Yeah, pretty much. What do I do? How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess? Well, we still have that trump card up our sleeve, so we don't want to just wait and see what happens, because if we do, Lana's going to be guilty, so we're going to object. Objection! Table smash! One moment, Your Honor. What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not actually show the actual murder. Which is true. And why do we have to watch this video again? And not to mention the blue badger. Okay, sorry about that. The blue badger did not show the fraud's face. It didn't. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Yeah, there was that handprint we found, which was Jake Marshall's. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Chuck Norris! I'm joking. Sorry, but When I heard the words Texas Ranger, I think of that program Walker Texas Ranger and Chuck Norris. That's why I said Chuck Norris, you know. Mr. Wright, do you mean? Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Oh? Whom do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply. Smack. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify. What is his or her name? Well, we found his bloody handprint on the scene of the crime. So, Jake Marshall. And besides, why wasn't he there anyway? You know, why wasn't he at his station? So we want to know that too. Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? I can't let him know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. Smack. Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time? We will, Your Honor. Court is in recess. Now I must have my lunch. Let me get out of here. February 12th, 11:32 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Huh? What do you mean? You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you've figured everything out. I haven't figured anything out. Lana, you're the one who knows everything. Emma, you always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. Wow, she just came off as a bitch right there, you know. How can you be so cold? Yeah, real cold-hearted bitch nonetheless, but yeah, she really did come off as one. Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me? Hope I'm not interrupting you, pals. Cue the awkward silence. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Oh, Detective Gumshoe. What is it? Oh, he's back. You've got a lot of nerve, pal, making the detective run around while on duty. And on top of it, and to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, Detective. You better be, pal. Hey, 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 hey! I didn't see you there, Miss Sky. Oh, he's clumsy sometimes, you know. That's because he's angry and he thinks it's us. That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked? Oh, 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 oh. You mean this, right? My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL-9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL-9 incident. But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them. I can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in that case. Miss Sky was a witness? Okay, thanks for the files. Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with these serial murders. Oh, what? Now that you've brought... Sorry. Oh, what? Now that I've brought you your stuff, you're gonna just ignore me? Emma! But why? Why is your name in here? What? My name's in there? I don't know. Unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL-9 incident, is that... Hmm. That's the classification number in the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark Killings. Who the hell is he? Wait, who is he? I don't even know who the hell he is. I don't think anybody knows who he is. The Joe Dark? No. No, Lana. That's over with. No. Emma's gone. Emma, wait. She ran away. You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gann, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone is involved in this case. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. I'm still full of questions. Who the hell's Joe Dark? And what is this SL-9 incident? I want to know more about this SL-9. That's just being thrown out there, just like DO6 was. I wanted to know what that was, and then we found out. I want to know what the SL-9 is. I'd better take a better look at this. I better take a good look at this file. Yeah, we better. Because, God, I'm bloody confused. And that's a cliffhanger. Emma's gone, Gumshoe's gone, and, well, Lana's just there. Lana was just there, just keeping it composed, Not to mention she was being a cold-hearted bitch earlier, saying, like, we didn't ask for his protection. Alright, but, big deal. But I'm still defending you, man. No need to just shunt me to the side, man. Jeez. Right. When we come back, folks, we will enter the courtroom, and Jake Marshall will be the witness. Until then, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care, everybody.